What have you been up to? Anything? Have you had any parole? Have you been out on any visits into town at all? Have you got any coming up? You've been on for ages. How's it all going here then? Any news? How are you feeling? You alright? You look a bit knackered. Have you been to therapy or art or anything? See anything good on telly? Any good films? Okay. Well, what's new with me? Archie's really well. He's really sweet. He's been really good at the moment. Really funny. He keeps making me laugh. He keeps telling everyone at nursery that he's going to have a new baby brother or sister soon. They keep asking me if I'm pregnant, which is really funny. Have they changed the medication recently? I'll have a word with them on the way out if you want. Do you want me to have a word with them? So has anyone new moved in lately? Any new patients? Got any new friends?
Helen, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, very well. I can't believe we have to go to this meeting.
Oh, no, come on, I'm a bit late, I think, actually. How's your weekend?
Yeah, my mum phoned last night and said my little brother tried to kill his girlfriend. And then her dad came home and managed to intervene, but Tom ran off with a carving knife and a police helicopter found him sitting on a log in the woods trying to carve his heart out of his chest. Apparently he was covered in blood with loads of gashes all over him with flesh bursting out. Anyway, they airlifted him to hospital.
Why are you telling me this?
I had bought him off a woman and falsified his birth certificate, and he knows because he was there. He watched us do it when he was small. His name's not Tom, and he was 3 when I bought him. I changed his name, but his real name's Michael. He wants to go back to his real mother. His mother's called Rose.
Let's pick another one, shall we?
But you said we would have the first one you picked.
I know, but it doesn't sound very good and we have to have it forever. Patricia Davenport.
I think you would do better just to not go home, just disappear.
Now, I want you to put these blankets on, try and get some sleep. And in the morning, we're going to go to the beach.
But
Okay.
you said we were going on holiday.
We are on holiday. A holiday in the car. Is anyone hungry?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Do you want me to make some sandwiches quickly?
Yes.
Okay.
What have you got?
Bread, butter and cheese.
Ugh. Red butter and cheese. Ugh. Yuck. Bread, butter and cheese. Bread, butter and cheese. Bread, butter and cheese.
And he was a hitman, and he was very well known, and he was virtually untouchable because of his family and brothers.
You'll be sharing a room with the Bass family. If you go out, you need to ring the bell twice to get let back in. Children are not allowed to answer the front door. And if you answer the phone to a man, go and get a member of staff.
I was just sitting watching TV. Children were all asleep in bed. And there was a knock at the door and shouting, and I knew it was him. And I let him in because if I didn't, he'd have made a lot of noise and woke the children up, and I didn't want them woken up because I thought they would be scared, so I let him in. And he just came in and sat down in front of the fire and was warming his hands because it was a freezing cold night. And he said, "I've got a knife in my sock, and when I've warmed my hands, I'm going to kill you." And I just immediately said, "Well, you don't mind if I go to the loo first then?" And went upstairs, because when people say, "Oh, I was so scared I shit myself," actually that happens when you're that scared. So I went up to the bathroom, and then I thought, there's nothing I can do. I couldn't leave the house because of the children, and he would catch me anyway, and I couldn't phone the police because the phone was by the living room door. And I just felt that I had absolutely no way out. And I can just remember, I think I actually prayed to God to let me die quietly and help me not to scream, because I didn't want to wake the children up, because if they came downstairs he might kill them as well. And then I went back downstairs.
By turning the conversation to his relationship with his mother, is his ex-wife looking for a way to lay blame at his door because he has annoyed her? Or is she picking up on the fact that his meddling with Inya is symptomatic of his desire to make up for the guilt he feels between him and his mother? As we know, she reminds him of his mother visually, and possibly also because she do.
Why did you do that?
I felt like it.
You can't just do that. You can't just cut someone's face because you had an impulse to do it. One day you'll get an impulse to murder someone, and then you'll spend the rest of your life in prison. You need professional help.
It's your fault. You wound me up. I'm going out to get some fags. You better be here when I get back.
I remember when you had your first breakdown. You were so ill and we were desperate to find someone who could help you. After 3 years of hell, they eventually sectioned you, but I didn't know what it meant, not really. We were relieved. At last someone was listening. We came to visit you on Christmas Day, and I can't remember what we talked about, but it seemed like hardly any time had passed before we had to say goodbye. They locked us outside. That was when I realised that we couldn't just take you home with us like we wanted to. It's strange, with a prison sentence you know there's an end in sight, but I kept asking, when can Tom get out? But no one knew. I stopped asking because I finally realised that it wasn't going to be for a very long time, especially after it became clear that they couldn't give you the help you needed either. I came to think of the institution as your prison, though I sometimes wondered if it might be your sanctuary as well. They let you go outside for a few minutes each day into a small caged area. Whenever I came to visit you, I would look around and think, anyone would go mad in here. One small room, 4 plastic tables, a few plastic chairs and a heavy cloud of cigarette smoke. There was nothing to stimulate you in there, nothing to make you want to get well. You told us not to send photos, not to write, not to call. You said, tell them I'm not here, please don't come and see me. Sometimes we did anyway, but you asked us to leave. I waited for you to die. I wanted you to. It seemed like such a torturous existence. I couldn't wish for that to be prolonged. It seemed as if it would be better for you. Perhaps easier for me. Isn't that what you were doing? Cutting yourself off from us so you wouldn't be sad to leave? But you're my brother, and I know that I can't just give you up like that. I need to either fight for you or accept you as you are. I've been fighting for a long time and you're not getting any better. So I must need to accept you the way you are. If you're not getting well, then maybe you aren't ready to get well yet, and maybe it's because all along we haven't taken the time to understand your protest. Maybe the only thing I've been fighting is you.
Well, I'm right, you know, the devil's got a really strong hand on me, yeah? It's like a Hyman dandelion. He didn't kill Christ. Some locals did, yeah? If he could cry and dribble, it'd be so powerful. He could cut grass with a feather, and things don't go too well for him, you know? He's that sort of bloke. You know, I was going to ask you, but I don't think Bill would like it. Can I come live in your garden, do you reckon, please? Is that right? I'll pay you £42 a month. It's alright, isn't it? I don't want to impose on him. Mum lost out a lot having me. But it's alright. Everything's alright. It's fine. But what I'm thinking at the moment, like, really ugly at the moment. I got a fake birth certificate, didn't I? I think Mum did it. Didn't life go so quick? It just goes so quickly. When I get out of here, I'm going to need a lift to Glastonbury, alright? Is that okay? I'll sort you out the 140 quid for my ticket. I keep having this premonition that I'm going to win the lottery. I should win the lottery. Everyone else lines up, they do it, you know, everyone else wins. Why shouldn't I do it, you know? One thing I do have to sort out, I've got to sort my gyro out when I get out of here. It's going to be a little bit hard. But it's so nice to be out here in the country. I'm just loving it out here. It's almost a bit nice cream, isn't it, you know? I love you. You're lovely, you're nice. What's that other hospital that I was in? But I've been eaten by a lion 4 times in my life. It's not that bad. I'm still here. But there are lots of lions in Devon. I know that. Farmer rang Mum up the other day and told her that. People buy them, they can't afford to keep them, and then they just set them out into the countryside. You know, the countryside's not safe anymore in Devon. Trust me, it doesn't hurt that much. I went to stick a bottle pipe into the woods. I smoked an eight. I woke up with a lion's mouth all over my face. I woke up 6 months later and I was 23. I can't be doing with reading because all the dejavas and all the India. Do you know what I mean? I had another tooth out the other day. Just at the back. Got enough whiskey in here to last me 200 years. How's Anushka's dad? He's a big bloke. Machine guns on his farm. One day nothing was said. He just took me on his jeep and we went for it. I dodged Smith and Glick. It was brilliant, really, really. I went to the Eclipse Festival and we drank some Guru and Tree, and I turned around and a gypsy blasted me. And all these people dancing with aliens all over them. But Lenny Kravitz wasn't there.